Hi, Steve with XL Air Systems. Today we're going to cover the size of a craft grow space. So as you can see in this rendering, we've got a very densely populated flower room with some nice airflow out in the hallway with a nice 45-foot fabric ducting, as well as a dry cure over here in the bottom right corner. With all the grow lights inside this flower room, it is a super dense space with all the ducting running down the walls to maximize being able to hang all your lights in a proper grid pattern. We kept all the fabric duct out of the way and off the ceiling so the lights can be evenly spaced, and we can direct the airflow right into the middle of the canopy, right into the middle of the space, to make sure that we are eliminating any hot or cold spots. The one awesome thing about this setup is you've got a custom dry cure. Now these custom dry cures are the only things that are specialized for drying and curing cannabis for the highest end product, to pull out all your terpenes, your crystals, and all the different flavors that you can grow in your cannabis. In this space, we have a 2-ton system hanging from the ceiling, and we've got a front plenum with a bunch of fabric ducting coming out of it. It goes around the circumference of the whole room as to not touch any of the side walls. And all the airflow that comes out of the system goes down the walls, bounces back up off the floor and into the racking or into the way that the customer is hang drying it possibly. The return air on this system runs all the way down the back wall and essentially is going to be pulling all the hot air from the bottom of the room right back into the return. So this middle ducting you can see is a special duct, and it's used in NASA and pill factories as to not blow any air directly onto the product. So they use it for any dusty applications, or especially for bottling pills because there's a little bit of dust. You don't want that blowing around the space, so this air essentially rains down through the middle of the room, pulling all the hot air and moisture back to the return air of the system. So this essentially is what we've released to the public, and we found it to be one of the best ways nowadays to dry cure and to finalize your product for sale. Being a craft grower, you're limited to a certain amount of space. This would be the size of any small commercial application or the basement, anything that's around 1,500 square feet to 2,000 square feet, and you would have everything taken care of in that space. All of our systems are designed for cannabis and designed for what growers are trying to do inside their spaces. As things constantly change, we are constantly changing with it, as well as adapting our systems and things to what growers need the most in the cannabis industry.